story going around about Diddy. Okay? This guy's got more freaking lawsuits than there are fish in the ocean. So let's talk about it, folks. I'm sure that he's been accused again, allegedly, by a former child actor, okay? Stating that in 2007, Diddy molested him here in Los Angeles. Folks, I don't know if it's true, not true. This happened in 2007. Supposedly, this young, 2007, that's 19 years ago it happened. Okay? 19 years ago. Now, I want to make this clear before I get into what my thoughts are. Okay? First of all, I understand that in cases like this, many victims are afraid to come out and talk about it because they don't want everybody to know. I can understand that because what happened, supposedly or allegedly happened, is disgusting. But we already know that Diddy is a disgusting individual. There's no question about that. You can't dispute that fact. Okay? A lot of people call him the devil. All right? But you know, folks, it was 19 years ago. He just filed last Friday, June 8th, a civil lawsuit, and there's a criminal investigation also on it in Los Angeles. I don't know what proof he's got, what evidence he's got. Okay? I don't like when people sue somebody anonymously. And I don't think it should be legal to sue somebody anonymously. Okay? Because eventually his name has to come out. Okay? Hello, Wanderer. How are you? Thank you, Mandy, for being here. You know, folks, if you're going to do it, fucking do it. Come out with your name. No John Doe bullshit or Joan Doe or whatever they use. Okay? And not only are they going after Diddy, they're going after some agencies, which he did not name the agencies. I'd like to know who those agencies are. And I'm going to tell you why. For those of you who know me, I was the Hollywood fixer for over 50 years in Hollywood. And I've seen a lot of this bullshit come through. And now the agencies are involved, and I'm going to imagine it's probably one of the top 5 agencies. Creative Artists, William Morris Agency, Gersh, Live Nation, not Live Nation, yeah. And there's a few of them, all right? Hi, honey, thank you. I appreciate that. How you doing, Shane? Swami? All right? I hope everybody's having a great day. All right? So, folks, I see other YouTubers talking about it. All right? Diddy burn, Diddy fry, this and that. All that bullshit. Okay? I don't like Diddy, but I don't hate the guy. All right? Now, as I know here, folks, if agencies are involved, they already know who they are. I'm going to tell you the way things would have worked, especially in the days when they called me to fix a problem. And many of these problems come up with girls saying this agent molested her. Even girls, they don't want that in the news, folks. She's a big agency with multi-millions of dollars. Okay, they got more money than Diddy will ever have. Okay, that's worth the shit. Not to say never will be. Hello, Barrett. Hi, how you doing? Cameron, Chef Floating Heart. Thank you. Yeah, you don't put your name on it, it didn't happen. Okay? And folks, don't forget. Okay, subscribe and hit that like button. Why are you afraid to hit that like button? Okay? Somebody explain to me why you don't hit the like button or the thumbs down button. Okay? You can give me a thumbs down if you don't like what I'm saying. Okay? But do something. I like people to take action. Okay? And don't forget, be responsible. Okay? Thank you, Mandy. Tell these people, hit that like button. Damn it. Okay, folks, you know what I was doing over there. Okay. But let's get to this here. I'm going to tell you if it's true or not true. The agencies don't want their names out there. And what they'll do is get together with Diddy's lawyer, all right, and make a deal, financial deal. And guess what? This thing will go quiet like you never saw or heard it before. I can't count the times that has happened. Okay? Even even actors, when a bad thing come out about them getting a divorce from their wife and there'll be big shit in the newspaper. And then all of a sudden you don't hear about it no more. You know why, folks? That's because they called me in. But today everybody wants to go to lawyers. Okay? Lawyers for this, lawyers, you gotta, your thumb hurts, you gotta go to a lawyer. All lawyers today are this lawyer that's suing for this young child actor, he's got to be now, shit, if he was only 10 years old then, all right, that's real young, all right, he's got to be 29 or 30 now, all right, so he's got to be a man. Come out and prove that you're a fucking man and put your name on that thing, okay? Because I don't believe people when they come up with anonymous. All right, what my thoughts are, everybody's trying to grab money off of this Diddy. Now, there's a few that deserve it. A few, all right? But look at how many of them have been thrown out of court because they're frivolous lawsuits. I don't know what, look at this is, like I said, it's 19 years ago. You didn't have text messaging and stuff like you have today, okay? You don't have videos like you have today. All right? You don't have that, folks. So I don't know what evidence this kid could have. All right? I'll still call him a kid because he's younger than me. All right? Everybody's younger than me. But tomorrow, folks, I'm going to bring you to a place that's older than me. Not by much, though. Okay? I'll be bringing you to the Santa Monica Pier in Santa Monica, California. You're not going to want to miss this. Okay? Hello, Mary Presley. How are you? Agent Orange. How you doing, buddy? All right? Santa Monica. Yeah, I'll be doing Santa Monica Pier. And then I'm going to do Venice Beach. All right? Folks, those are the things I love doing. Okay? I love talking. I guess I'm honest about it. Okay? But, I know you people love these little tours of places you see on TV and so forth, and you can't get to often. Hello, Wanderer. How are you? Okay? Glad you made it, honey. I appreciate it. And I understand, Wander, when you're working, you try to come in and out. I understand, okay? All is good, my dear. Okay? Mimi, how you doing? Yeah, it's evening, folks. It's getting there. It's a little after 4 o'clock here in California. It's a beautiful, warmy day, and I've been lazy today. Very lazy. And folks, I've been watching a lot of YouTube. I don't watch cable. I see some cable news, depending who the pundit is. Okay, but you know, everything today is lying. Uh, Jimmy, that's awesome. No, I'm speaking. I'm going to speak of Jonathan Hay too. Jonathan Hay might have something. Okay, I don't know what information or evidence this young child actor saying that Diddy molested him at a party in 2007 and that his agents hung him out there to dry. Okay? Well, look at it. That's 19 years ago. Those agents are probably not around anymore. And if they are, if they're a big agency, like I said, folks, this thing will get settled quickly if there's any truth to it at all. We don't know. These are allegedly, okay, supposedly, and all that stuff. All right. Well, subscribe and like. The more likes I see, the longer I stay here, and the more I tell you. Okay, it's just the way it goes. All right. Help me out. I help you out. And folks, today I always tell you do something good, be nice to people, and it'll come back to you tenfold. Thank you, Seth. No, Jonathan's been going on about it. He was out there a little bit too much in the beginning, Agent Orange, and I, I don't know Jonathan personally. I believe what happened to him happened, and at least he's suing with his name. This other lawsuit is some sort of child actor. I don't know if he was a child actor. I don't know how famous he was. I don't know who he is. Nobody does. Because he's filing anonymously here in Los Angeles. And supposedly, all right, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department is also investigating, and the district attorney is contemplating charges. In order for them to bring charges, they got to have solid evidence to bring criminal charges. Okay? They got to have solid evidence. You think the district attorney is going to waste their time on a case that they feel that they might lose, especially with somebody like Diddy? Do you think for one moment they're going to do that? They're not crazy because they know Diddy's got legal representation. Okay? He's got legal representation all over the country. All right? This is right in Los Angeles. I would say more than likely he would use Mark Garagos as his lawyer here in Los Angeles, because he and Mark have been close friends for many years, and you know that Mark Garagos' daughter represented Diddy on his trial in New York. Sean, Adrian, yeah, Sean's a great friend of mine. Okay, what grocery store are they talking about, Agent Orange? Did they name the grocery store? Oh, by the way, Agent Orange, all right, the company that owns Google, all right, is called Alphabet, all right? They own Google and they own YouTube, okay? And I think that happened, they bought them out 2009, the company that started YouTube for, I think it was $1.3 billion. Okay, 1.3. But no, I did do. I went back uh, and checked out what you told me this morning, Adrian. Wanda, you are so gorgeous and beautiful. One of the nice folks. Everybody say hello to my dear friend Wanderer. Okay. She is a lady that's been there with me for so long. It's thank you so much, Wanda, for all your love and your support. Okay, I really seriously appreciate it. See, folks, when I tell people I don't have the biggest channel on YouTube, but I got the best subscribers. Okay, I got loyal people here. Okay, I got people who like getting the truth and hearing facts. All right? I got people who don't go for that conspiracy bullshit. There's so much nasty stuff and people out there, and they get thousands and thousands of likes and views. I can't understand people today. I just can't. Why do people want nasty controversy all the time? Why do people gotta be mean to other people? Try being nice. You know, there's an old saying, you get more with honey than you do with, what is it? Huh? And thank anybody. If you're a new subscriber, all right, let me know. All right, let's see. Short Legator, can you wish happy birthday to your son, Mike Oxmal? Happy birthday to you, young man. Okay? Yeah, people don't care who they hurt today. People just don't care, Agent Orange. Okay? Hi, C. Brown. How are you? Another very loyal person. Okay? Wanderer, Agent Orange. Well, so many people. I wish someday we got to do something where hold an event someplace where I could meet all of you personally. I would really enjoy that there. So if any of you are in the event business, I think about putting an event somewhere in the country and, so that we all could meet. All right? And folks, keep hitting that like button and subscribe. Okay? I'm a former gangster. I've done a lot of bad things in my life. But unlike other gangsters, I take full responsibility for everything that I've done. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay? Now, earlier somebody asked me about Sammy Gravano. And so let's talk a little bit about Sammy. Sammy and I had only had a couple telephone conversations in the past, okay? We really don't know each other. Uh, but there were molestation allegations against Sammy from a couple gals that worked for him. And one of them who was involved in putting the TV show the FX wants to do on Sammy, and they got Terry Winters to write it, and Anton, boy, I forgot his name, was going to direct it. Anton, come on. Somebody come up with a name. Okay? All right? And Tim, all right? See, you had these uh, serious moments, okay? Senior moments. Yeah, they happen. Oh, 90 is 2 likes. We need 2 more likes to get to 50. Okay, I got 48 I'm looking at here. Okay? All right, folks, come on. Hit that like button. Hit it. Come on. 49. Come on. Give me the 50. Okay? I normally ask for 100. I'm only asking for 50 today. So keep hitting that like button. Don't be afraid. I guarantee it don't hurt you. Okay? I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm here to share my thoughts, give you truth about things and how things really work in the world. Okay? Especially the things that I'm very familiar with. And these lawsuits and these allegations, I'm very familiar with this. It happens every day in Hollywood. They go away quickly. Okay? You know why they go away quickly? Because people just pay. They make a deal to shut up the people. Politicians do the same thing. I know of a congressman here in the San Fernando Valley, all right, had all sorts. Hey, well, there's my friend Kendi Cole from Florida. How you doing? All right. Uh, I did an investigation on him. All right, he had allegations of molesting girls that worked for him in his office, and it went away. You know who paid for it, folks? Pharmaceutical companies paid off the girl and her parents to shut up, go away, and that's just what they did. They were very happy with the amount of money they got, and that congressman was able to go on and win re-election, and then when the pharmaceutical company needed him, they owned him. Okay? So you hear it all the time, and I'll say it again. Money talks, bullshit walks. Now, there's a lot of civil cases against Diddy. And there's a lot of them you probably don't realize that have been thrown out by the judges because they're frivolous. So now, I don't know. The girl who was accusing Sammy Gravano, she went on a gangster show and talked about it. That was not a good look for her at all. Okay? I saw it. I watched it. I listened to it. And I'm going to tell you what my thoughts were. Okay? My thoughts are this girl wanted a money grab. Not for Sammy. She wanted it from Fox. I think she knew that the studio might pay her off, all right, or give her more money for her part and what she did. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know. All right? But I don't think so. Like I told you, I've been around Hollywood 50 years. I've been involved and made several payoffs to people. Okay? So they get thrown out of payoffs. You're correct, okay? Now there's a lawsuit. You probably all saw the young man. His name is Phil Pines. All right, he was on that HBO special. They did 5-part series on Diddy. Okay, he was Diddy's assistant. He's the guy who went out and got the drugs. Who he's one of the assistants. cleaned up the hotel room, okay? Did all that dirty shit, all right? And then Diddy had him do something to a girl. And this kid I happen to know personally. Nice young man. It destroyed his relationship with one girl he had because he didn't want to do it. But Diddy forced him, okay? That lawsuit's taking place right here in Beverly Hills, California. And Garagos is representing Diddy on that case. And as I learn more, I'm going to bring it to you, because you know what it is. So, folks, that's my thoughts for today. I wanted to share that with you. Okay? And like I said, I'm not a fan of Diddy. I never liked him. Okay, but I don't hate the guy. All right? But you know, we got to have some just in this world. I mean, everything is getting so worse every single day. And it's depressing me. It's depressing me to see what's happening in the entire world. And it's all being made because only one person made one mistake. Listen to the wrong people and then bomb Iran. All right? You think gas prices are going to go down? You think grocery prices are going to go down? Well, I don't want to bust your ego. Folks, get used to it. They're not going down. All right? Grocery prices skyrocketed during the pandemic. Folks, don't stop. Keep hitting that like button. Okay? Keep hitting it. Come on. Four more and we'll be to 60. All right? Can you do that? Show me some love. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Okay? I see Mandy's got a lot of work here, deleting people's messages. People like to come in here and leave nasty shit. Okay? Well, I gotta tell you right now, whoever you are, you're not welcome here. Okay? You're not. If you can't be respectful to me and to my loyal people, go elsewhere. Go to those shows that like that kind of shit. Okay? Go to the shows that like putting people down and demeaning people. Alright? Yeah, Mandy is great. Mandy don't put up with that shit, folks. So remember that. Okay? Mandy sees it, boom, you're gone. Okay? She's a great lady. I'm gonna tell you something, folks. You gotta get to know Mandy. She's one awesome woman, and I love her. She's like my daughter, adopted daughter, okay, but she's a mother, two wonderful children. She does a great job. She's come a long way in her life, and she's only going on to more better things. You know why? Because she's working towards it. She visualizes it, but the fact of just being a good woman, taking care of her children, who are respectful, all right? She's doing that all on her own from somebody, all right? A point back, go a little back in her life. She was homeless with her two children. So, you know, when you want to do something, you can do it. It's all up to you. It begins here, in your mind. You can be positive, you can be negative. Your choice. You can call people names or say nice things to them. Okay? Why can't people be nice to other people? I can't understand it. I don't know why. But what kind of world we living in? You know, folks, I got they gave me a special deal, and I have a Sirius, the radio thing, and I could listen to Frank Sinatra, D. Martin, the one station seriously, Sinatra, okay, and I could listen to Elvis, all the great. And I'm listening to these songs. I'm thinking, what a beautiful country it was back in those days. First of all, the music was tremendous. The songs, the lyrics, they were love songs. They were songs of joy, happiness, classy. Yeah, see how they dressed back in those days, folks? They dressed up, they had suits on, they had ties, okay? Today, most young men don't even own a suit. They go on their shorts. They think they're dressed up. You know, when I drive around town and I see these uh, these trucks they call limousines, okay? What? They're not limousines, they're trucks. Let's be honest. Just because they're black, you want to call them classy? There's no class to them. All right? No class. But you know, call me old fashioned. Call me an old man. I am an old man. I plan on getting older too. All right? I don't come here crying the blues for you. I don't tell you all my problems. I got problems just like you and I. I'm no different than any of you. I'm no better than any of you. Okay? A former gangster who makes other people's lives happy. I know you all love when I talk about that gangster stuff, but I don't do that often. I want to talk about the future, not the past. The past is history, folks. Okay? Boy, we got man, Mir Milmer from Australia. Hi, Phoenix. We got people from all over the world. I have Russian people in Russia listening to me, folks. You know, that's awesome. And they love my content. And they love the way I tell it like I see it. So keep hitting that like button, folks. All right, please help me out. Subscribe if you have not. We're getting there. Okay. Thank you, Kai. Kai, thank you, said God loves me. I hope God loves me. Okay. You know, this gangster, he prays a lot. I'm going to tell you that much. All right. Phoenix, did I vote for Nixon back in the day? Oh, well, I don't believe I even voted that year. Okay. But I got to tell you, I did like Nixon. I liked him. I liked his vice president. All right. But Ronald Reagan, in my opinion, was the best president we ever had in my lifetime. And I can only speak about presidents in my lifetime. Okay? So, but Rick, Ronald Reagan. I knew Ronald. Ronald used to call me kid. Yeah, everybody called me kid. There was a time when I was a kid. Yeah, I know all of you don't believe it because you look at me and say, hey, who's that old man? Okay? Abraham Lincoln was a good president. Yeah, from what I hear. Okay? It's like good presidents always get assassinated. Huh? Why is that? John Wilkes Booth. At least they know who killed Abraham Lincoln. They still don't want to tell us who killed Kennedy. Huh? The Jews are Freemasons. You know, a lot of people talk about this Freemason stuff. I wish somebody could explain that to me because I don't know much about the Freemasons. Okay? But then again, I don't get involved in things that are not my business. All right? If they gave you the stick, he'd still be alive today. If they give you the stick, him, him no them, him not them. Please explain that there. Wander, thank you so much. Wander hitting that like button, folks. That thanks button. All right, I appreciate Wander. Wander always comes through. God bless you. Okay? There's a lady who is still working. I think you're 70 years old, correct, Wander? I don't want to give your age, I'm sorry. Okay? But still working because we all have to work. We all have to try to make money. All right? I went to the grocery store. I saw fish. $69 a pound. $69 a pound. How could a family afford to eat? Okay? You're right, Dirty Drifter. All right? I agree with you. Okay? Dirty Drifter. Look at that comment that Dirty Drifter left. All right? It's true. And that's who Trump listened to. That's why the Epstein files are not being released. Okay? Look at, we got S.E. Mack from Sweden, Scotland. Thank you so much. Dirty Drifter, just subscribed. Thank you so much. Sal Brunetti. No, I have not heard of it. I want to thank all you new subscribers. Please write a comment. Let me know, okay, that you're new. I appreciate it. So I'll give you a yellow here. All right. So those of you just coming in, all right, if you haven't subscribed and liked yet, please do. All right. And you ask, what am I talking about? I'm talking about this new accuser and these lawsuits against Diddy here in Los Angeles, right here in Los Angeles. Now I'm gonna make a prediction, and some people might not like it at all, but the district attorney is reviewing evidence that the sheriff's department investigated Jonathan Hayes. Now I think Jonathan Hayes has evidence of what happened. Okay? But the problem is you gotta understand that a district attorney has is they gotta be able to prove that to a juror of 12 people. That's what they gotta do. Alright? Dirty Drifter you're from Orange County. You're my neighbor. Alright? Uh, where was I? What was I? So they gotta have solid evidence before they're gonna bring an indictment. They gotta feel pretty sure that they go to trial, they're gonna win. Okay? And one thing that they're going to consider about is who their opponent's going to be. So they already know who Diddy is. And they already know that Diddy has several legal representations, okay, that they'll be fighting. And the guy, Diddy does have good attorneys, okay? But that's what they're going to consider. And then if they could do that themselves, or they got to go to the grand jury. And folks, keep hitting that like button, all right? Get me to 100 here, all right? Primal, I didn't see that question, so don't worry about it. All right? John Staffa. Yeah, I know who he is. All right? Somebody want to put down the Italians. Somebody's still thinking about the old days. Do you know that when we first come to this country, our country had us as black? All right? We do have blood, all right, from Africa, Arab countries, yeah. Especially Sicily does, okay, the Sicilians, all right? Because they were the most invaded country at one time. People don't know that. Google it, find out for yourself, okay? Oh, First Stone, thank you, I appreciate that. First Stone says, my new favorite channel. I appreciate that there. All right, thank you so much. All right? And folks, keep hitting that like button. If you don't like me, give me a thumbs down. But do something. Okay? Let's make life active. All right? Let's all be part of this here. You're my family. Okay? Nick, hi Nick, how are you? Nick's a new subscriber, Mandy? Huh? Yeah, Jay, I see Brown's about Diddy. Diddy. People just can't get enough of him. Everybody's saying there's more criminal charges coming. More criminal. There's going to be state criminal charges. Oh, he got another federal indictment. Oh, Little Rock said he knows another indictment's coming. Where is it, folks? Where is it? Okay? At the end of the day, as much as I hate prosecutors and district attorneys, because I've been up against a lot of them, I don't like them, but they ain't stupid. They only want to select cases they feel they can win. That case, the federal case in New York on Diddy, was the shittiest case I ever saw brought on by the U.S. Attorney Office. That was Maureen Comey, James Comey's daughter, who brought that. Isn't it funny? She's the same one that brought the charges against Epstein. All right? Isn't it funny that all the files disappear? All right? She only wanted one thing, and she got it. from Diddy. Okay? She wanted all his records of who other people were involved in his network. Jews are in every small town in America, funded and placing. There are people in local offices all around the country. So they are, okay? They got this thing called APAC. They control Congress. They're paying everybody except one person. There's only one person not taking any money from the Zionist Jews. The Zionist Jews, there's a difference between them and the regular Jews. Okay? I'm not going to get into it. Alright? But they pay off every single one except for Massey. So they're controlling our Congress and our Senate. That's not good, folks. We don't run this country. President Trump is taking orders from others. All our presidents take. There's my friend Ivan. How you doing? Ivan Dorsey. Thank you, Ivan, for coming in again. All right? What do you think about that, folks? Okay? They're in Golden Valley, Arizona right now. They're all over. Okay? People talk about groups to stick together. You want to think the Italians do? No, they don't. The Jews do. They stick together. You got to give them credit for that. Okay? Thank you, OMGRZ. Thank you so much for that there. All right? Thank you, BC. The BC likes my accent. All right? Yeah, folks, keep hitting that like button. Okay? All right? Keep hitting that like and subscribe. So, I don't know what's going to happen with Diddy, but I'm going to tell you it's my assumption, as I was telling you before. I don't think there's going to be any more federal charges. Okay? Everybody wants to talk about that he killed Biggie. He had Biggie killed. He had Tupac killed. He had his wife killed. Had all these other people killed. But yet, witness, not one witness to it alive. And if everybody calls me Grandpa, I appreciate that there, folks. I am the grandpa to the world. You know, I lived a hell of an interesting life, I gotta tell you. Okay? I made a lot of mistakes in my lifetime. But I don't regret nothing, okay? I do regret not staying with my first wife. And for many reasons. She was always there and still was, even when we were divorced and I was in prison. My first wife always had my back. Every day. And, I give her, she raised my children, that I'm very close to my children. Thank you, Dirty Do It Drifter, for being here. Okay. Hello, Ronnie. How you doing, Ronnie Brady? Yeah, regrets don't do anything for us, folks. Okay? We can't change what happened. Alright? But like BC, your heart is in the right place. The world is in the worst place now. And for all those reasons, BC just shared. Alright? Uncommon woman. Thank you. Blessing to all of you folks. All right, folks, we need 6 more likes, and you're going to get me to 100. Let's do it, okay? I know you can do it, folks. So let's keep going. Keep hitting that like button, subscribe. All right? You know, folks, when you write a comment, for those of you who watch the replays, especially, you know that I answer all your comments. All right? Sometimes it'd be just a like and a heart, but I answer you all. Okay? I'm 81 years old. If I could take the time to do that, why can't these young people who got 2 million subscribers go and say something nice to their people? No. They're just greedy and they want everything and they don't give a shit about you. Okay? Just what our government is. That's what they do. Okay. All right. We got 38 people here, 99 likes. 99. Who's going to be number 100 here? Okay? Come on. Hit that like button, folks. Let's get it up there. 98. I thought it was 99. No. People just don't want to hit that button. Hit the thumbs down button if you don't like me. Alright? You see 100 likes there? There it is. We're at 100 likes. Thank you, folks. I appreciate that there. I really do. This is your only channel. Alright? Thank you so much. Alright? Yeah, we're at 103 now. Okay? I know I got energy to talk today, but I didn't have the energy to get out there and walk like I usually do. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you, folks. You know, they put me on Ozempic. So I'm listening to a lot of YouTubers. They got these what foods they eat if you're on Ozempic. All right, what not to eat. All right, what to do if you get constipation seems to be the biggest side effect that everybody gets on Ozempic. I've only taken 2 shots so far, and I'm still only at the 2.5. All right. Uh, Andy. How's your daughter doing, Mandy? Mandy's daughter they had to put her out some tooth work that she had to do today. Lovely little gal. Okay? Yeah. Water and exercise. That's what they say. All right? You know, yesterday I walked 2 miles. Today, only about a mile and a quarter. I got to start and beefing that up again. Okay? Uh, but walking is very important, folks. All right? And, uh, and I'm seriously thinking of quitting these things. Okay? 81 years old, I'm going to quit. I don't know if I'm going to. I'm thinking about it. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to make no promises on that subject, okay? Hello, Neil Payton. How you doing, my friend? All right, glad you could make it. Okay. Uh, what time is it? It's 5 o'clock, folks. Where's everybody from? Leave me a comment. I want to know where everybody's from. All right. Ivan, you try to do 15 minutes a day. Huh? And she said, cannot imagine me being a gangster. And Justin says, at your age, keep smoking. You know, the doctors yesterday, and, they always got their freaking advice, and they checked my lungs. They said, boy, for somebody who smoked for so long, you got to quit. But your lungs sound pretty good. I looked at the doctor. I said, don't tell me to quit. I said, it's my cigarettes and drinking 4 coffees and a cup of double espressos a day is what's keeping me alive. Who knows? Maybe it is. I don't know. All right, we got Jay Brennan from Ireland. I love the Irish. Beautiful people. I love all people. All people. I don't care what nationality, what color you are. All right? Show me respect, and you're going to get respect right back. Okay? So, folks, keep subscribing, keep liking. All right? Thank you, friends from we got people from Ireland, Scotland, Australia, Russia. Okay? This is a worldwide show, whether you know it or not. Huh? Yeah, Justin, I've heard that it could screw you up if you quit. Okay? I've heard that. I've heard people who died right away from after they quit smoking. Okay? Look, you go to Italy, all right? Uh, go to Italy, those people smoke and drink till they're 103, 105 years old over there. But you know why? They don't have all the garbage and junk that our government makes manufacturers put in our food. Okay? All this food, the bread sitting on the bread shelf. All right? Cereals. They all got these chemicals so that it lasts, all right, for weeks and weeks. But it hurts you, okay, because it gives it longer shelf life. All right? Why can't they think? In Italy, you don't have that. France, overseas country. No, I'm a diabetic. When I was in Italy, I ate anything I wanted to. I ate all day long. The food was so great. I never had to take any diabetes medicine. My sugar remained normal. All right? Oh, we got a lot of smokers here. Chosen. You smoke 6 to 8 cigars a day. And drink espresso and coffee. 5 a day. There's my man. Thank you, Chosen. Everything's fake. The food we eat, and they got this AI. You don't know when you're listening to somebody on YouTube, okay, if it's real or not. You got to watch, folks, because it's supposed to say AI down on the bottom. A lot of people don't look. All right, they don't know. They think it's true, and then people want to mess you. Hey, you got to watch this. Don't do this. Don't do that. And I go, this is freaking AI generated. It's bullshit. Okay? Yeah. Folks, I don't know much more I can tell you today. But tomorrow, I promise you, I'll be at the pier in Santa Monica. I got a little history to tell you about and share with you about that pier. So I'm planning 10, 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. All right? So make sure you like, subscribe, and put your notifications on. A lot of people tell me they got the notifications on, but they don't get them. That's not mine. It's not. That's YouTube. All right, is that true? Or what? You folks know more than I do about that. There. All right. Yeah. FBC, SCB, no BC 74749. Greece, all those countries. They smoke, they drink, they're happy, they have good time, okay? They don't go through this bullshit, but we're going here in the United States of America. Land of the free, they call it. Land of the free. And I'm sorry about your grandfather Neil, but people got to realize there's two things that we all share in common. We live and we die. Okay? We just don't know when. We all hope to stay here forever. But I never met anybody that's been around forever. And I have never met anybody that's come back. So folks, make sure that you make every second of every day of your life be happy, be good. Just get rid of all the negativity. Let's be nice to other people. If nothing else, if you heard nothing else that I say, I ask you, please do that. I truly want for happiness for everybody. God bless you all. Thank you all for coming. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. All my love and respect to each and every one of you. My family.